And most people, including me, are not against lending money at interest, conceptually, but it depends on what interest rate it's being loaned at. So there are payday loans in this country that are 600% annually.
For generations, people have repeated the same idea, that extreme interest is evil, but small, reasonable interest is acceptable. Tucker Carlson says it. Politicians say it. Financial experts say it. And almost everyone accepts it without question. But there is a place where this idea never appears, not once. Not in any verse, in any chapter, in any part of the Bible. Scripture never says that any amount of interest is allowed. It never approves a low rate or a reasonable rate. It never makes exceptions for mortgages, business loans, or personal lending. The Bible does not say that 600% is wrong and 5% is fine. It does not divide usury into good and bad. It simply forbids interest entirely. Despite this, many Christians today decide for themselves what is acceptable. 5% is fine, 24% is predatory. Mortgage interest is normal and expected, but when people choose the limit themselves, that is not biblical morality. That is the modern world reshaping faith, instead of faith reshaping the world. And when we actually open Scripture, the message is unmistakable. Exodus 22:25. You shall not charge him interest. Leviticus 25:35-37. Take no usury or interest from him. Ezekiel 18, verse 8. If he has not exacted usury, nor taken any increase, he is just. There are no exceptions, no hidden qualifications, no special cases. The prohibition is absolute. What about Jesus? Did he soften the rule? Did he permit a small amount? He did not. In Matthew 5:17, Jesus says, I did not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill. And in Luke 6:34 and 35, he teaches, If you lend to those from whom you hope to receive back, what credit is that to you? Lend hoping for nothing in return. That eliminates interest completely. And when Jesus confronted the moneylenders in the temple, he overturned their tables and drove them out. There is no verse anywhere in the New Testament where Jesus approves interest. Not one. For more than 1,000 years after Jesus, the early church maintained this teaching. Christian councils condemned all usury, regardless of amount. The ban remained in place throughout Christian Europe for centuries. So, who can modern Christians look to for guidance today? Who actually warns against debt and the dangers of interest? Many turn to Dave Ramsey. And in many ways, he is absolutely right. No credit cards, no car loans, no personal debt. Avoid interest whenever possible, but there is one major exception he makes: mortgages. He argues that a 15-year mortgage is fine if it fits your budget. But that argument is financial, not biblical. Nowhere in Scripture is there an exception for home loans. Nowhere does the Bible say interest becomes acceptable when it helps you buy a house. If Christianity is the standard, then all interest is usury, and all usury is forbidden. So while Dave Ramsey helps people escape modern debt traps, his acceptance of mortgages comes from the financial system we live in today, not from the teachings of the Bible. And that raises a serious question. If the Bible forbids interest, if Jesus never allowed it, if the early church banned it for over a millennium, then how did usury become normal? Who changed the rule? When did it happen? And why did the church stop enforcing its own teaching? That is what the next video will uncover. The hidden history of how usury returned to Christian society, how medieval Italy created financial loopholes, how economic pressure quietly replaced biblical teaching, and how the world moved from a universal Christian ban on interest to a global economy built entirely upon it.